Hi everyone, my name is Rick and I welcome you back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you a garden walk. I just finished packing some Hoyas and I thought, well, let me just shoot a video since it cleared up. It's been raining for the last 3 days on and off, so everything is really saturated. So I'm just going to give you a tour. I'm going to concentrate more on the Hoyas that are hanging out in the garden, and then at the end I'm going to show you guys some Hoyas that are in the greenhouse. I'll pull them out to show you. So let me start over here. This is one of my favorite Hoyas. It's IML 1038. It used to be called Emolina java, and it's a verticillata Hoya. And if you look at it, it's super veiny, very easy to grow. It grows pretty fast here. It likes these really hot and humid conditions. That's when it puts out most of the growth. And over here I have probably a Colina IR 26, I believe, and it's really enjoying being out here. It was putting out some yellow leaves, as you can see there, in the greenhouse. I think it was just too hot in there, so I think it likes a little more of a breeze. But in a little bit more sun, it gets really nice copper toned leaves. So I really like that one. And over here is a Hoya species Ake. Showing you guys this one quite a bit because it's always blooming. So this bloom is kind of gone, and this one is just about to open up. And over here I have a silver dollar. She seems to be liking it out here. Put out this really nice long shoot just recently. And over here, I had lost my Meredithii in the freeze, well, near freeze last winter, and my friend Lily gave me one. And it's putting out a new leaf here and some nice new growth points. And I always struggle with maybe I need to give it some lime, and it's this Hoya lithophytica. It was doing good for a while, and it seems to had just stopped putting out new growth, so I have to look into that. This is Hoya caudata. She's always either in bud or in bloom. You can see it was in bloom like a couple of days ago. Over here is a Hoya Seeds 2 from AH Hoyas. As you can see, I got the leaves get really gorgeous. And they get really nicely sun-stressed on the edge. Up there is a Germany. As you can see, this leaf is humongous. And I don't know if you can see, there's a beautiful Mimi Palmer hybrid. This orchid has been blooming for the last 2 months. And I have Poise out here. She has bloomed for me. I'll see if I can find a picture. And this is a BA01. It's a hybrid I got from Sarisa in Thailand, and it looks like I got a bud there. So I don't even know what the flowers look like on this, so it'll be a total surprise, but it has 2 peduncles. So I'm excited about that. Someone on social media was asking if I have joy, and I do. And here is my joy. And she did suffer quite a bit in the winter, but she is making a comeback. And I can't move her from here because she decided to put out this long vine. And she's going, oh, this is one of the newer leaves that get sun-stressed. And she's really climbing up into this tree, and you can see there is it's bloomed a few times up here. So yeah, so she's pretty happy and blooming and putting out a lot of new growth. So let's deal with that one. My orchid is still blooming. I think this has been in bloom for like 3 weeks now, and this is the green veil dressy. And let's see. Over here, this is one of the cute little Phalaenopsis. So pretty. Blooms all the time. Back there I have a Billabata, and that is a Hoya fungi. And back there, I don't know if you can see, that is Hoya AH039, and the flowers on it are exquisite. And I'll put a picture on it when I upload the video so you can see. And this is a Hoya Michelle. It had some really nice splashy leaves. Maybe it's getting too much shade and the leaves aren't as splashy as they were before, but it's still a gorgeous plant. And I have a Dakei chicken farm here. It's not the most splashy Dakei chicken farm I've seen. The ones in my other grow area are quite a bit bigger. And this encyclia over here is just going nuts. There's like 4 spikes. I think I showed it in the last video. And these blooms are really quite fragrant. You can smell it just by walking around here. And this is my Erythrina. Every time I do a video, it's never in bloom and only to bloom a couple of days later. But as you can see, this guy is a non-stop bloomer here. That's probably a couple of days away. And let me show you someone over here being lazy. And Swiffer. Hey Swiffer. Hey Mama. She's too lazy. She loves sleeping under that chair for some reason. And she's always out here when I'm shooting the video. I don't think she was here last time I did the video, but most of the time she's out here. And this is my altar with the Buddhas. That is a really nice colored dendrobium with a nice wine color, and that little lip white piece there is quite beautiful. And I have another Hoya Erythrina over here, and she is a different kind of an Erythrina. I'm not sure which clone this is, but she's pretty happy. And let me just show you a couple of plants back here. And this is Hoya from species Solesi, AP1043. And I'll add a flower picture. It's quite unusual. I'm not crazy about the growth habit. It seems to be a little wonky. Doesn't want to, the leaves seem to face up. But it's bloomed here. And it keeps blooming on that same peduncle. Let me see if I can find it. And the peduncle is also upright. Let's see. Oh, here it is. And here's the peduncle it just bloomed on. And over here I have Calistophylla vina, and she's taken off. She's so far up the tree I can't reach it, but she seems pretty happy and putting out new growth. Like any Hoya growers, we're always trying to find new space to put more Hoyas so that we can buy more Hoyas. So this over here is one area that I found that if I put this moss pole horizontally, and it was made by my friend Lily, she got some chicken wire and some sphagnum moss, and as you can see, it's about 6 foot long, and I nailed it horizontally to my starfruit tree and to my palm tree over there. So over here I have a few Hoyas that I've moved here since I put up this pole about 3 weeks ago. And here's a really silvery Polynura. And this is the one I got from ppplant.net as my Crantha splash. And it's pretty consistent. It's quite attractive. And she's putting out quite a bit of new growth. She really likes this space here. And this is a multiflora albo marginata. It's about a few days from opening. And this is Hoya Stanicky. the one that gets really fuzzy. A lot of people think that these leaves look like Hoya archibaldiana, but these are really, really hairy leaves, especially in the back. And I actually try to have it climb onto the moss and get attached to the moss on there. So I have that node clipped on and that node clipped on. I don't know if you can see how fuzzy these leaves are. The newer growth are even fuzzier. And this is more of the Stanicky over here. And she seems to be attaching to this moss pole. This is a Hoya occultata, and she's out here getting a lot of rain and continuously blooming. As you can see, this one flower is going to fall, and there's another peduncle behind it. And here's more of the Stanicky, and the Stanicky putting out more growth there. This is again another Emelina 1038, or IML 1038, and this is a verticillata type. And this is Hoya Una. You can see really gorgeous leaves with a nice dark margin, and it does get splashy. I have cut back on it to propagate it a few times. So yeah, that's what's hanging on this moss pole. One more down here is this Pendurata from Vietnam. And over here I have some begonias, some philodendron crosses, and this is another occultata, and that is my philodendron tortum. And that's about it. Let me just pull out some Hoyas. Let me show you one more orchid that's quite beautiful. She's kind of fading out, and it's this little mini, really golden color. She's real quite beautiful, and it's called Vanda Lotta Gold. She's very golden. And as you can see, everything is very wet. My bird bath, as you can see, this bird bath gets emptied once a day, and as you can see, it's filled up overnight from the rain. Like I said, I'm going to keep this video on the short side. I think I've been babbling on and on, but let me just show you this Hoya Waimanii that I got as Waimanii from Indonesia. These leaves are simply gorgeous, and I showed it to you last time, but I brought it out again because it's both peduncles are in bloom, and these flowers are quite gorgeous. That orange is pretty intense. It's almost fluorescent, and it goes so well with the foliage. It's like the perfect Hoya for foliage and flower. And look at the length of that peduncle there. Get quite big. So it's a very attractive Hoya. I showed you guys on the last video, that's my micro dwarf peltata, and I don't think I showed you guys, that is a Hoya intervariegated compacta. I think they call it Mauna Loa. And over here, I'm not sure if I showed it. This is a Hoya Michelle. This one seems to be a little more splashy. She likes this spot here on the table. And over here, I don't know why this guy's here, but this is a friend of mine from Sarasota gave me this MA35, and it has cute, it's a verticillata type Hoya. It has really cute leaves. As you can see, it's pretty happy and putting out a lot of new growth. And this guy here is Hoya affinis pubic calyx from Bagao, Philippines. I got it as a small plant about a year ago from a friend of mine that visited the Philippines. And you could say that this foliage is pretty unique looking, especially for a pubic calyx type Hoya. And I've seen the flowers. Someone sent me a picture of the flowers and they're quite exquisite. They don't really look like a Hoya pubicalyx to me, but it's a really beautiful Hoya. I can't wait to bloom it and see it for myself. So I'll keep you guys updated on this one, and as soon as it blooms, I'll shoot video. So Hoya affinis pubicalyx from Bagao. Yeah, Swiffer's still sleeping down there, but she's keeping an eye on me once in a while. She looks up. So this Hoya is, I kind of joke around and I say that it really needs its own zip code because it's so huge and it grows quite fast for me. So I have it growing on a 4-inch pot. I received it as Hoya pricktae. It looks so much like my Hoya AH0027. And you can see how huge these leaves are. So I'm not really sure if they're the same. I'm waiting for them to be in bloom at the same time to compare and really look at the flowers. But the foliage is really basically the same. So like this leaf, really bigger than my hand. I really have to like stretch out my fingers for, as you can see, it's like 8-9 inches long. And this older leaf here is even bigger. It's more waffly. It's quite huge. And it seems to be happy in this 4-inch pot. As you can see, it gets rainwater, and it's been raining quite a bit. And it's a really thirsty Hoya with all that surface that it has. It has to be watered every day if it doesn't rain. But these are all new leaves that it's put out in the last few weeks. And it's put out this long vine. And I do have a picture of a pricktae bloom, and I'm waiting for a picture of the one that I received as elephant. As soon as I have them side by side, I will definitely be able to see if these are both the same. Yeah, Hoya, if you like big leaves, big waffly leaves, they even get some splash, and if you have the space for them, this is one of the Hoyas that you must have. And this is going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check the links below to my Instagram, to my Facebook groups. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff down there. People don't usually read, but I'd appreciate it if you click on that and join. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook. And before I go, I just want to show you one more Hoya that I missed. It was in bloom, and it's this Hoya crystal. It's quite beautiful. Let's see if I can. It lasts quite a long time as well. It's super easy, and some of the leaves get pretty splashy. So that's Hoya crystal from Coco Ranch. And that's going to be it. I hope you guys have a great week. I think most of you will be watching this weekend because I'll be uploading it probably on Saturday morning. So that's going to be it, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.